The bitches are back, and so are the Real Housewives of Orange County. We're talking season 12, episode 2. It's My Way or Feng Shui, starting now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, AfterBuzzers. It's been a minute. We're back to talk OC Housewives, featuring Paris Hilton playing right now.
I like it.
Why not?
Summer
Paris,
Rain.
bringing back Paris.
Yes. Summer Rain. Get ready. You're gonna get like running on a machine.
Ooh, I'm digging this.
Paris is burning again.
I could so see this blasting like in West Hollywood.
Yes, I certainly hope so. Also,
That's what she
sponsored by
envisioned when she
fragrance.
was
Yeah.
recording it.
Yes.
Going up against
So-
Erica Jane.
That drops us off right here to talk about this episode with all of the madness. I have so many thoughts, you know. I wasn't here for the first week, and I feel like
Yes,
it's
welcome,
gonna be
Grant.
very. Thank you. I feel like
Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I
Grant, we
waited a long
finally
time.
meet.
I know, right? So I don't know. This show, I think it's going to be a little bit of what we saw with it being very marginalized, of like in sections of Housewives as opposed to group stuff. You know, I kind of got that vibe already with like here's Peggy over here opening up a gift, and then here's Shannon over here, and then Megan's just with her kid. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I want them to all come
Well, there's
together.
so much tension happening now too. It's
Yeah.
a lot going on between the ladies.
I mean, we're opening up
Totally.
with Shannon. Of course, there's tension.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take some getting used to, but overall, I'm so happy to have the show back. And you know, let's talk about it. Shannon, here we are again. Elaine is coming over, the Feng Shui.
Elaine is bat crazy.
I
Yes.
love her. I love it. She almost fell over when they didn't have enough lemons in the house.
Right? Like,
So extra.
you hire someone to come help you with your life, and then she's very judgy of your life.
Yes!
Excuse
She
me.
is really judgy.
Yeah,
judgy.
I'm paying you to help me, and you're falling over by
She
what I'm
lost some
saying.
weight in her leg area.
And who knew a relationship corner in that house was a toilet? What does that even mean?
I don't even know what that meant.
I
Did she
was
mean
really-
physically
So
or
she
metaphorically?
had like a chart.
I wanted to
Yeah.
know.
And according, you know what, I bet it's like north, south, east, and west. Some like directional like flowing of energy was
Yeah.
being blocked by the toilet bowl. You know?
Elaine needs to come over to my house.
I was really curious to know. Like when I saw the preview last week, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna learn something. No,
I didn't learn anything.
I wanted to know.
Actually,
just
I did
got-
learn you need to have 9 or 7 lemons in your
Yes.
house.
Yeah, nine.
Nine.
Nine lemons or
9.
oranges. Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
about
All I
it.
learned was those type of people give me anxiety.
And then judge you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, you know what else can we say? So
And then charge you, apparently.
Right?
Yeah.
the sink.
Amazing.
The sink is what sex? The
Female.
Sink and a stove.
What is feng shui? What is that? Am I saying it right? Feng?
Yes. Feng. Well, yes.
shui.
Feng
It's
It's like a
shui.
vibe.
Feng
It's like a
shui.
vibe. It's like a.
It's a traditional like Chinese, perhaps
Yes.
Eastern form of energy
Energy.
flow.
I love
Yes.
energy.
And it affects your life. So where
My
your
energy's
toilet
peaked today.
Yes, and where your toilet is placed in your house will affect your love life. So
See, I'm all
Interesting.
for the play.
So look into it.
I did this in my own house. I don't really know feng shui like this woman. I mean, this woman.
Right, the
she
guidelines,
probably
the
weep.
rules.
And I live in a studio, so there's the relationship corner is my corner for everything.
couldn't even walk in the front door, Grant. She'd just be like,
yeah. But no, I think it's good. Like I really did work with energy and light and light furniture and space. But as far as hanging crystals, like we learned previously when she had, remember they were trying to save the marriage and she had to have certain crystals embedded in the wall and in the corner of the marital bedroom. Like
Sounds expensive.
yeah, I don't know
a lot
that.
of energy.
Yeah, mine will just be
It's a
like,
lot of energy to put that
I'm already
energy in
exhausted
there.
thinking
Right?
about her to-do list. Like she was there, like with her chart. I was like, I can't.
expensive, especially to have a home visit. Well, anyway, there's so much to talk about. We might as well keep going and into this episode.
I know this was a great intro.
yeah.
In terms of the
Yes.
feng shui master visiting. I
Absolutely.
mean, we all need a visit from the feng shui master.
Yes. There's a lot I want to say about Shannon, and I'm sure in this episode and all 50 more to come, we will really get in on Shannon, but especially towards the end of the show. So we'll transition from that to Vicki prepping to move 6,000 client files to her new office. And no one can talk to her in a month, and she's super busy. And then they go and they look at furniture. Now, Blake, we've commented on the furniture, not furniture, but the office
The style,
before.
yes,
We
yes.
never felt this Kodo insurance office. It was always too dark. Those leather walls doesn't do anything for anybody. The furniture is dark, and so they're looking at new furniture, and it's all the
Still
same.
dark.
Yeah.
You know what? They need to keep it in the family. It's a Bravo family. Have Jeff Lewis come over.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
wouldn't
Hook
that be
it
fabulous?
up.
That would
What a
be
great
amazing.
episode. Hook it up, Jeff Lewis.
And
Smart,
poor Linda,
smart.
the office manager, was like, I can't take it with the brown. I'm bringing my plant.
It's too brown.
Good
Too
for her.
brown. I know.
Yeah.
Poor Linda.
Especially now, it's very European how these offices are designed with the full glass wall. There's really no privacy or partitions.
open floor plan.
It's all open, yeah, because it's supposed to be that tech feel, that flow of energy and creative ideas. So yeah, to have that with all this thick wallpaper, this cowhide and all this stuff, I'm like, all right, I don't know, this is a little dated.
It sort of looks like Vicky's house.
Yeah.
Like Vicky's house is very dark too.
Well, she owns the place, so it's
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
her home away from
That's
home.
what she likes.
Kodo Insurance
She
is just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Moving on to
is.
bigger and better things.
I was saying last week how every season
Bigger and better cowhide.
Vicky's
Yes.
Vicky's like doing something every premiere of Real Housewives of Orange County. She's
She
always
is.
fixing something.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, remember 3 seasons ago it was her face, whole new face.
yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my
Could
God.
we ever forget?
Wait, speaking of
My.
faces, Tamra's new facelift. I saw it on Watch What
Yes.
Happens Live.
With the short hair.
She looked flawless. Tamra,
did
you
look
look
really
flawless, baby girl. I was living for your new face.
Amazing.
I can't wait till I get a facelift.
Ooh.
A little tuck tuck.
Not till I'm
Yeah.
50
She
though.
looks
Not
good.
till I'm 50.
I have
Yeah, I
not
think
seen her.
she'll
I need
do-
to see her.
Yeah, she looks
Need to
good.
see the
She'll
face.
very
She looks amazing.
fresh and beachy. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Check it out.
Great.
She does.
Yes. So what else? Lydia is, and this is my problem with Lydia. I haven't even told you about her yet, but I'm okay with having her on because I've heard good things. I've heard that she really delivers and that she's, I guess changed in her ways of being boring. So I guess she's gonna bring a lot to the show, and I'm all for it. And even last week and this week, she's showing promise.
She's
I'm
bringing it.
just
She
glad
is.
her mom is back.
Right.
Yes.
Her mom is crazy, and she's my personal spirit animal.
I love her. So I'm
She's
okay
totally
with it.
loopy.
But my friend told me, he's like, I don't want to see Lydia because she's only coming back because she has a new magazine coming out and she's just using the platform. And I was like, oh, I really hope that's not the case. And it seemed to be a little bit of that.
A little
this
bit, but
episode.
she's
Use
really
the platform.
Yeah, she's delivering. And
Yeah, but
honestly, I feel like with her and her husband, they're just like relationship goals. Like I want
are.
a partner to like be as supportive as she's living in her little fairy tale. I think she has like the best marriage in this season. I mean,
It's
I haven't
super
seen
cute.
Peggy yet. I do like Peggy already, but Lydia is like right up there.
I
But,
like Lydia's husband. He's got a little swag to him.
He does. He's very fashion. He's very
Yeah.
sweet to her. Like he
Yeah.
seems lovely.
I'm liking
Their
Lydia
kids
so
are
far.
cute.
I liked his sunglasses at that ridiculous 2-year-old.
You're gonna need to pause it on your DVR and see the brand on the side.
Yeah.
Oh
Exactly.
my God, that 2-year-old party. Wait till we get into that.
Yes. So Dico arrives at this photo
Ooh,
shoot.
Dico.
And he's with his wife Peggy, and
Swag.
they do Giovanna Wheels. That's the company, and he has all these cars. And Peggy lets us know that these are not rented cars; they own these cars.
They're
like
not
that.
borrowed. They made it
No, very-
abundantly
that's-
clear.
A very big point.
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
Megan was talking about it on Twitter earlier. She was like, "Well, I would have never guessed."
Yeah, I was like, "Is that supposed to be shady?" Like, I don't know what she was saying in that. She was like, "Oh, if she never mentioned it, I would have never thought they would be borrowed." I'm like, "Well, they're not."
Can I just talk about the
Yeah.
color scheme?
Or
What's with
are
the half
they?
white, half black
That's a
car?
signature thing. You didn't like it. I knew
I
you
didn't
didn't
like it. I'm
It's like
to
a
do that to
Cruella
a Bentley?
DeVille. Like Cruella DeVille's coming up next. I only
To be
wish.
honest with you, I feel like he's pushing for that to be the thing because a lot of cars aren't like that right now, and I feel like he has an eye for like what's next.
It's
Or
a good signature.
it's something, and he did multiple
different,
cars like that in the
yeah.
garage. It wasn't just one of the
Oh,
cars; it was multiple
good
cars.
eye,
Yeah.
Thomas.
I'm a car person,
Right,
so
yeah.
if there's cars, I'm so into
The Benz.
it.
I want the Benz. Can I
Yeah.
have the Benz?
You can
That
have
was
the
my
Benz.
Okay,
favorite one
yes.
because it reminds me of the Make Me video, Britney.
Oh my God.
yes.
We have
Yeah,
some
that
Britney
garage.
fans.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
I think
a
all of us
huge
are, right?
fan.
Okay.
Just triple checking.
I'm a huge fan of Britney.
Because the door is right there.
It's about to get ugly.
no,
Hold
no.
up.
Yeah, all right. Just
Everyone's
checking.
Team Britney. It's
is
all
the
good.
queen. Absolutely.
okay.
Yes.
She's actually coming on the show. I'm just kidding.
Oh my.
I would
Would
die.
we all just die?
know.
My
She walks in.
lord.
I would love it if she watched OC Housewives. Could you imagine? Who would she be? Would she be like Team Tamra, Team Vicki?
Wouldn't we love to know her opinions?
She's super loyal, so I think she would be all about being true to the OG of the OC Vicky.
That's like me.
classic.
I always give it up. I love an original. I love a Baby One More Time. I love an OC Housewives.
There we go.
You know, I love an original.
There you go.
Yes. So Peggy just received a double mastectomy, and this is our introduction to her, which is interesting. So she claims her mother. I'm sure she more than claims, but her mother had breast cancer, so she kind of beat it to it. And if that really is in your lineage, I've known women that have done that. And
Angelina Jolie did that, right?
Right. Yeah. So I mean.
Our friend.
That's
Why
right.
not?
I think it's
That's
super
right.
brave, and I think it's
not?
a fabulous way to start out the show with such a positive message. A little thrown off with Lydia's reaction, but she's the one that asked about it.
Right.
She's like, oh, this is really heavy stuff. I'm like, well, then don't ask the question. She didn't tell you.
Yeah.
she
That's
did-
what I think is gonna bother me with her throughout the season, because she I don't know if she's playing the I didn't know, but I get that from her.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't mean to say that, but then
But
like,
you
in the
said
back
it.
of your mind,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I think I planned that.
Stirred the pot a
Totally.
little bit. Stirred the pot a little
Yeah,
bit.
and we were really being kept at bay with the Peggy information. I know that I wanted to hear more about her in the first episode, so we had to wait for the second episode. So this was really a big reveal for Peggy. Not only did we
Absolutely.
get introduced to her, but we found out all this she's gone
details.
through, major details. Yeah.
And they were married for 21 years.
Yeah.
They are married for 21 years, so that's a long
Yeah.
time. I like how they showed the
great.
family. We've never seen an
Yes.
Armenian
Yeah, that was good.
woman on the show.
Right.
I thought that
I was
great.
like, what are we watching? OC or Shaw's?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, $85,000.
Different spot geographically, but close.
Yeah.
Very close.
$85,000 necklace.
Right?
70
Followed by
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't it.
No.
75,000 and what, a bracelet?
bracelet, 21 carats. My goodness. I really liked Deco. I think
know,
he made
me
a
too.
really good impression.
Yeah.
I'm
We
not
all
quite
love
sure about
Deco.
Peggy yet. I mean, we know what she went through, and that was, very intense. But personality-wise, we haven't seen quite enough yet to form an opinion, at least for me. But the husband seems so sweet.
I want him to go hang out with Eddie and everybody already, and I just
Yes.
want to see them in their little corner.
He just seems very legit, kind of humorous
Eddie.
and sweet and loving to Peggy, and I'm about what I've seen so far.
I'm a little concerned with Peggy, and I said this on my own podcast, Grant Rutters Hollywood Talk. But I might as well just drop that. But I am concerned because, look, she is not organic to these ladies. Even Lydia said, I'm just meeting her for the first time. So I thought that she'd be brought in as a long-term friend of Lydia's, because it said Lydia's friend when I was reading and doing my research. So that makes me nervous, because we've seen a lot of dud housewives be cast on these shows. So I worry about that, and I feel like she's a little almost like a Shaw's.
She'll find her footing.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just
I
feel
have
like,
faith.
I
I
feel
think,
like
yeah.
I feel like she's like the new wave over here, and then you've got Vicki, the old wave over here. And it's like I don't see the.
Well, it's always a
them
sorority.
connecting.
It's like joining the sorority. You have to
Absolutely.
be hazed.
Yeah.
You have to go through the entire, all the ladies kind of ganging up on you, giving you a little bit of something. See that they want to know that you can handle it. You
Yeah.
know what
And
I mean?
remember, Vicki is friends with Lydia, and Vicki loves big, large things and
Yeah.
rich people, and so
does.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think that
I
they're
see them
gonna
hitting it
vibe.
off.
I
me
think
too.
she's gonna get along
Totally.
with Peggy.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I'm used to very beachy blondes during the show, or like that jackass. What's her name? With the one who had the house foreclosed or whatever.
Alexis
that one.
Bellino?
No, the other one. No, but like Alexis, Peggy, Thanos. The other one. Oh my God, those two daughters. Those two daughters.
I know
who
who you're
went
talking
away.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Too.
Lynn Curtin.
Lynn Curtin, yeah. I'm just used to by the beach, I feel like she's this new girl. Peggy is definitely a breath of fresh air and someone different, but very different for OC casting.
Super different.
Yeah. But
That's what I kind of like about it. Yeah,
It's
that's
different.
cool.
Yeah, so I'm
I'm in.
watching. I mean, obviously, but I'm like, yeah,
We're
I'll be
watching.
watching her.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we shall see.
Bring a little culture to the table.
Yeah,
exactly.
I like it. I'm
This could be
good
the
with
big-
this whole edition.
Yeah, this could be the beginning of what they do throughout the franchises and mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? The show's been on for a long
I
time.
know.
It's
I was just gonna
successful.
say, especially with OC. I mean, it's been the original one for so long,
Yeah,
and
it's
it
a
is
success.
same people. I mean, we're even bringing people back, right? Like Lydia's come back. We've already seen her. You're concerned with how she's going to interact. It makes sense. We've seen her before. Megan, it's like, come on. We don't. What are we even getting from Megan?
Well, we're getting Jim, which is fantastic because Jim's comments
The new
are
and improved
hilarious.
Jim.
Yeah.
He's like, tie the dog
Daddy
up to the
Jim.
bumper. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh. I love
Jim,
dogs.
Yeah.
a Jim thing to say.
Very
Yeah,
good thing
yeah.
to say.
So
In any
regret that
case,
with everything else.
He's
The
like, hold her
shake-up
head,
is
baby.
good.
When you hold the baby, hold the baby's head. Just like little things like that. Love Jim.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a purpose for Megan on this season. Right now, it's kind of slow. Like, I get it. We're transitioning into her being a mom, but I feel like there's going to be a point where her role is going to be crucial.
I hope so, because
She's right in the middle.
She did say, "Oh, my priorities have completely shifted." I was like, "No, we need you to be nosy and worried about everything."
We need Brooks as your
She's
priority.
going to be. Come
Yeah.
on.
We need,
Uncover
to see,
things.
we need to see her first season on the show back, just for a
Yeah,
little bit.
Yeah, just to refresh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She did say that she felt caught in the middle between Shannon and Tamra and now Kelly, who she still remains friends with. So there's something there. And then originally she was not cast or brought back full time, and they were going to cast somebody else. And then right when they went into production, it was like a month in, then they announced that she would be full time. Or Bravo never formally announces, but it was announced like on all these sites like Reality T or whatever. And then I was like, wow, because she really was done. And we even said that on this show last season. And so they brought her back, and I was like, okay, they must really
baby.
need it.
The baby.
Yeah,
The
they
baby,
must really need
definitely.
it. But yeah, also she demonstrates they love that over there. They love having like a different type of housewife, like the older housewife, the new housewife, the divorced one,
have it
now the
all.
new mom.
Yeah.
So she fits
Oh,
that.
I can't wait for them to jump on her about the new mom stuff. Because you know she's going to be
that's gonna be so
showcasing
juicy.
so hard
Yeah.
about how good of a mom she is. And you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I can't wait for it to come to question.
Yes.
There's so much good stuff to come.
Yeah, and even in her moments today, I'm certain that it was meant like as a joke, and the editing just made it look otherwise. But I mean, even the way she was talking about being a new mother, it was like, difficult to find exactly the words to describe it. It's like, come on, girl, you really wanted that baby.
She
so,
did. She worked
Yup.
hard for it, too.
That's a good point.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. We said, yup, we saw the whole
Yeah. We had to
watch
sperm in the
all that.
back seat.
Yeah. And it was successful
Yeah.
for you, so like, don't even joke about that girl.
I was too distracted by the
I
eye
know.
makeup. It was really distracting. Look at her
Yeah.
eyes were bleeding.
Yeah, in the
didn't like
her
that look.
confessional
Yeah. Sorry,
moments.
Megan.
Yeah.
Well,
Can't win them all.
Kelly and Michael get together and work out 3 times a week, and she's working on the marriage. They're still in the house, even though we reported that house was up for sale last season, so I guess they
Really?
didn't get anything from that. It was probably way over ask, and they were probably trying to capitalize on being on television.
It's
They
my favorite
didn't
house
get
on
it.
the season.
It's a good house.
like
I
it?
will say
It's nice.
a view that she has when she's doing her confessional is just gorgeous. It's like an open patio, you can see right through.
I think it's that living room. They've got a living room with a full, beautiful
Yeah,
ocean.
It's,
I will
it's
say
an
that looked
interesting
great.
designed home, too.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very modern.
Very modern, yes.
I was happy to see Kelly and Michael back.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that banter.
Yeah,
They're like a true couple that's been
Yeah.
together for
Absolutely.
so long that they're like, they don't even care that the camera's
Yeah.
there. They just go off the
Yeah.
rail.
And you see them in moments of how you could imagine it when they first got together.
And
Yeah.
you know
Like what
it's
attracted
real.
them
You're
to
like,
one another?
couples argue like
Yeah.
that, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly, I hope you learned nothing from last season. You know, I hope it's
Keep up
full
those old
on.
ways.
Oh, I love Kelly.
And next week
Oh,
with her popping out of the toilet, I think that
that was amazing.
we're literally gonna have Kelly Dodd back
my
full
gosh.
force.
Kelly's like, can I get
Wonderful.
done taking a pisser before you start talking about me?
I love
Well, I
it.
don't blame her. I mean, in the clip, she walks in to use the restroom, and Shannon goes, "Seriously?
I'd have been
Yes,
like,
Shannon.
seriously, yes.
Humans have to pee.
I have
Sorry."
to pee. Move.
Like,
I love it. Oh Lord, that's a first for the show. An in-bathroom scene.
but I'm ready for it. I
I
like
am
it.
because they usually
I'm
close the
about it.
door when they go into the bathroom. They like close the door on
Yeah.
the camera guys running in there.
Not Kelly.
Oh, I love
Dark. It was
Kelly.
very dramatic. I can't wait for that one.
So Shannon's daughter had a formal where she got ready with her friends, and Shannon really proved that she is in fact that mom. That we all went. I'm sure. Do we all go to prom and
Yes.
all that stuff? There's always that one mother that, yes, like none of it necessarily teary-eyed, but the one that has to direct traffic and the photos. And this is such a huge moment. And it's like, I guess
It's not the cool mom role. Let's just get that out of the way.
Right.
Not the
But
cool mom role.
One of the children said she was the cool mom.
Yeah, they had confirmed
yeah.
that her friends
Her
thought
friend-
that Shannon
Her
was.
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always like that, though. Your friends always think that your parents are cooler than
Absolutely.
you think they are.
Always,
Well,
yes.
Until you get
But on a positive note, Sophie looked beautiful. I loved how Shannon brought in
I like
her
the dress.
makeup and got
Yeah.
her. Yes. You know what though? I felt like the dress was
very OC.
well
Short,
less
short.
of a prom dress.
It
kinda
was
just
less of
looked,
a prom
kinda just looked
dress.
like a dress. Like she looked beautiful and the dress was beautiful, but it kind of just looked more like a
So what? Wait, time out. What
not
is
as formal. I
what
guess
is
I'm trying to
a
say.
cotillion? Because they kept enunciating,
I have
like she
no
kept
idea.
saying
I
that.
think
so
it's
maybe
like a
that's-
finishing school. I could be wrong, but I
Was
believe
that what they were
Cotillion.
doing?
Cotillion.
Let's look it up.
It was
I'm on
Shannon's
it, I'm on
favorite
it.
word.
All
I'm
right,
like,
thank
is that like her favorite
I
snack
know.
or
She's
something?
very proud of it.
Cotillion?
I'm
She
doing
said
that.
that in correlation to what they were doing.
It deals with etiquette.
Yes.
There
Oh,
are
yeah.
cotillion
Cotillion
classes that
Sounds very OC.
okay, so the cotillion is a formal ball. The word, it's a noun, it's a formal ball, so it is
Right,
like a prom,
right.
like an event, like a dance. But the cotillion, I guess, classes you would go to teach you the etiquette for that ball.
Yes.
So they teach you how to
So we just go to the dance.
how to communicate, how to eat, what
Right.
silverware to use, how to all that stuff.
You know, I thought the
Interesting.
dress was a little not as formal as I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be, but a winter formal is always less than a prom. Because I remember we had like
was it
winter
winter
ball.
formal?
I didn't go to winter formal.
I didn't go to winter formal either.
Oh, I went to all of them.
I did all of them too.
But it was like we had winter ball, which was a joke, but it was like that. It was all girls in the same short dress, the same like Macy's
BB.
look.
BB.
Yeah. It was all that.
Windsor.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in high school I did a lot of
Windsor,
long
yeah.
dresses. I was definitely like
Yeah, my class
Yeah.
was very
You
long.
know.
Yeah.
Very cachet.
very.
Yeah. But there's this,
Because it was your one time to do it. So
Yeah.
why not?
I know.
Nowadays,
And I
people
felt like
don't
that
care.
every time. Like every
Yeah.
dance, I'm like, this is the time.
But I
That's
also,
a long
I
dance.
gotta
always
do
did
it.
the
Gotta have
full-
like my train flowing.
I also
My
feel though like
updo.
we're
white tux.
in the
I
year
did a white tux.
2017. I don't think anyone's wearing those big poofy dresses anymore. Maybe they are
Yeah.
going for the
Well,
short,
I
lacy
didn't say
dresses,
poofy.
shoulder pads, and everything.
Yes.
I think they save it all for the prom. That's what I
Yeah.
think they do. I don't know. Anyway, that
I didn't even go to my own prom.
I won prom king.
Really?
Oh,
Just
da-
throwing that out there.
Darn
Of course you
I
did,
didn't go
darling.
to, I didn't go to homecoming, but I went to prom.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. 100 years later.
I know, right? I like we're reliving our youth. Yeah. So what else can we say here? Vicki, it says Vicki's not happy, and oh yes, this is all over Brianna. She goes to visit Brianna. Like, what are you doing today? I'm like, what do you think she's doing there? She's going to the scripted, the setup party that Bravo paid for. And Vicki's not happy and perceives Tamra as inserting a wedge between her daughter and herself. Not true, really, because we saw that earlier that Tamra really didn't invite Brianna to this party.
Yeah.
The whole thing was very strange. I mean,
It was a little strange.
I really don't think Tamra had any obligation to invite Brianna, and at the same time, Brianna really didn't need to go. I mean, she went, she was uncomfortable, she didn't want to
Oh,
say hi to
yeah.
Tamra the whole time.
Maybe
It's
she went
like,
for the kids because it was a kid party. That's
Yeah.
why they were all there. And her,
I would have
her
taken
boys.
the kids maybe for a couple minutes too. Like, go play in the bouncy house. Get off me for a second.
Let's take a look at this party as we transition over to it. There's a lion there. It's in a,
It's a unicorn themed. How incredible is that? I love
it was
unicorns.
cute.
but it's at a beer garden for a 2-year-old.
That
Okay.
makes perfect sense. They have 2-year-olds.
Yes. Okay, I have to say this. When they first
I-
were scouting the area, I was like, really? A beer garden for a 2-year-old's party? But then I got it. Afterwards, it was beautiful. Like, they had all the grass area where they set up the bouncy house and all the fun kid stuff. And then it was like, parents got to
It
have
was-
some drinks, you know?
It was a nicer version of a beer garden. When I think of a beer garden, I think of like the umbrellas with advertisements on them. And I'm like, "Whoa, really?
This is a fancy beer garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like, yes, this was a decent location, I will say.
I'm glad that Brianna went. You know,
Kind of
just to kind of
approve.
bring that in there because she was the wedge between the two of them, and now I feel like Vicki has her daughter back completely, and
Yeah.
the unfollowing on social media is like once you do that, you better think everything like through.
Okay, unfriending, like, you're dead to me after that.
Yeah.
I would be so pissed. And I feel like Tamra and Brianna have such a great relationship, and I'm kind of disappointed. Like, I'm really glad that Brianna went, but she should have said something.
Yes,
You
or-
can't say hi.
I kind of think Tamra
Are you
should
so
have.
afraid now?
Yeah.
You're not the girl that runs away like that.
Well, yeah, and it wasn't Brianna that did anything to Tamra. It was her mother. So regardless of ties,
Just freaking
like
say hi.
yeah, like even Tamra, it's
I
her
know you
event.
were
Through.
invited.
Yes.
Just say like hi at least.
Even
You're
as
on
a
camera. Go
even
say
as a
hi.
host, I think it was on Tamra. I think Tamra, as the host, should have said something instead of like hiding in the corner.
I agree with
I
you.
don't agree. I think
wasn't ready
when
for
you
it.
host a party, I think it's different obligations for you than it is for your guests. You're the host of it. You are putting it
I
on.
agree with
Technically,
you.
Ryan
You
and
took
Sarah,
Sarah
it was
class.
their
That's
party.
A cotillion moment.
Sarah's
I-
the one that invited Brianna.
say that
Tamra had nothing to do with the invites.
Yeah, but who's paying for this party?
Yeah, and it's her family, and it's her granddaughter, and
Tamra and Bravo.
yeah, that's what I think anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Tamra was a little occupied with Lydia, the mom, and the glitter, and the
Yeah.
the yay, and the wooing, and the confetti.
Is it really over though if you unfollow or unfriend someone?
It starts a war.
Because I just unfollowed someone that did me wrong. I have no regrets. But
Well, yeah,
we
'cause they
all
did
have
you
very
wrong, though.
similar circle of friends. So I'm like, great. Someday I'm gonna have to hit that request, and I don't want to do that.
No, you're not gonna do that. Why would you
I
do
don't wanna
that?
do that.
Thomas,
God.
no, you're not gonna hit that request.
When I
button.
let people go like that, it's done.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
that's
done.
how
and
I feel.
thought it through.
That's how I feel now, but I'm gonna feel that way in 9 months. I don't
Well,
know.
who knows?
Yeah.
This world spins, Grant.
Yeah.
And
You
things
know-
change from day to day. You
But
don't know.
there's a reason why, and that's what I have to remember. You
Well,
know,
I feel
it's
like it
not- I
just
didn't have
starts
fun.
something. You're letting somebody know symbolically, I'm unfriending you on social media. So it's just starting a wave. You know
I
what I
have to
mean?
Maybe
give
it'll
up- I
hurt
have
their
to
feelings
say-
and they'll miss you.
I actually have to say I have like a little
Not even on
secret. If I
cruise.
really want to like have somebody dissolve,
Yes.
I actually go on their page and I unfollow them, and then I actually. This is too much secrets.
No,
but
oh, Thomas,
Spill
now
it,
this might be
Thomas.
for
Spill
after
it.
the
Follow
show.
through.
Spill it.
I actually just block them, and then they're automatically you unfollow yourself from their page, so you just disappear.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when
No.
you've really
That
crossed me.
procedure's called the Thomas dissolve.
I want to let you know that I unfollowed you. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll like a photo and then unfollow you.
I'm not. Yeah.
Put that-
We all have different
I'm
Put
styles.
those
doing, I'm
lemons
do-
in
I,
your
I did it
feng
to make a
shui.
statement. I did it to make a statement. I wanted to be up front. But yeah, I don't know.
But what I was saying, going back to the show, I think with Brianna last week, I did say that she's gonna keep them together. With the unfollowing thing, I don't know. That is a big deal nowadays.
Brianna probably hasn't even noticed because she has 2 kids.
Yeah.
She was like, I didn't know that she
Honestly,
unfriended me.
Right. And I really feel like at the end of the day, social media is like,
It's kind of stupid.
yeah.
Yeah.
If someone unfollows you on Twitter, but then shows up at your house an hour later and apologizes and this and that, and you have a heart to heart, whatever. I mean, does it really mean that much if you've got the face to face
Yeah, no, I
reconciliation?
totally agree.
Her personality too is a little different. She doesn't care that much. For another person, it would matter.
Well, we
more.
have to remember these 2 girls don't hate each other. They never had a moment, but out of respect for each other's relationship with or lack thereof with Vicki, they're not being bothered. Yeah. So we have to keep that in perspective because it's not like they detest one another. But it's
I
weird
do
to
like
not
that Brianna
acknowledge.
was like, I'm being loyal to my mom and I'm not going to say anything. I did
Yeah.
like that because Vicky's going to like that. Vicky loves loyalty.
Vicky loves that stuff.
All about that.
Oh, yeah. You got to stay loyal to the OG.
Yes.
true.
Well, we mentioned her before. Judy returns, confetti and all.
Judy.
Lydia's
what a
mother.
whirlwind.
Yes.
I love
Judy.
her. And I love that they were like, I remember her. I remember the pot smoking and everything.
I love it. She's like, beauty and peace, and she's just rubbing Tamra's rack.
I would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
are you rubbing
Was she
glitter
rubbing
on
glitter
my
on
clothes?
her?
yes.
Yes, she rubbed glitter on her fabric.
Okay, Judy is lovely in all the ways, but I have an aversion to the glitter too. I don't.
What?
I
What
would expect she was stoned out of her
Oh,
mind.
God, it's like I want to encourage it, like yes, glitter me, but like no, it'll never get out of my life if you put the
Yeah,
glitter
that's
on.
true.
my-
Yeah,
know.
it's so tough.
What if she just came up to you and just right in the chest area, Blake, just started going for it? What would you do? How would you react?
Well, Tamra knows her and likes her and
Okay,
has a
yeah.
history with her, so yeah, maybe it's
the
fine.
confetti would have been better. I would have been like, I'm
Confetti
down with
is fine.
confetti or the
Yeah.
bubbles.
Confetti
Yeah,
is
yeah,
much
yeah.
better. Bubbles.
Yeah, glitter gets into places that you can't see. and
No,
just
and it will
comes
never
out.
leave your life. It gets on one item of clothing and it shows up in your whole closet.
Or you find
that's
it
my
like
experience.
randomly. You find it like randomly
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on your
I
face.
love what she said to
coming
Shannon.
out of your
You have a
hair.
beautiful energy. Shannon's like, oh my God, I'm going to get teary-eyed. And she's like, you're wonderful. You're a lost soul.
I know, right? Shannon and Lydia meet, and it wasn't the beginning of
It
a
did not go well.
gorgeous friendship. Lydia said she went out with Vicki and that she got an update on where they stand. And Shannon doesn't understand why Vicki continues to talk about her and Tamra.
You're on a show with Vicky.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
know.
So then Lydia and Tamra have a moment. I'm like, oh, good, they're going to chat. Nope, Shannon comes right over and it's all about Shannon. She warns Lydia about Vicki and tells her about the allegations that Vicki made against David.
I just need to interject for
Yeah.
a moment because at the beginning, when Lydia went to introduce herself and Shannon and Tamra were sitting down, they were all sitting down chatting, and she began to say, "Oh, you're reminding me of Vicki because of." Shannon cut her off, and I wanted to know
Exactly.
That's
why.
where we are. Yeah, that's
We
exactly
didn't even
where we are,
finish
yeah.
what she was going to say.
Right.
No, because it's possible that there was some
Yeah.
similarity
Well,
if we
she-
had just known what she was going to say.
Well, she pointed out that they acted similar, and then that was it. And
I
that's
also feel the
triggered
way
her.
she just like worded it. She was like, "So I met with Vicki, and she gave me the update." I
Right.
would have been
Yeah.
like, "Well, what did she say too?"
Yeah.
I would have been
Yeah.
a little defensive as well. She didn't word it properly, but I
didn't.
did think that Shannon just went off the gun too fast.
She took
For
immediate
sure.
offense. I take offense to that. I take offense. To that.
And what's so funny is that Shannon and Vicki were best friends for a very long time at one point. So the fact that there are similarities between them wouldn't be surprising because they were friends for so long, you
I
know?
think Shannon is she's just thinking about everything that Vicki's done, and she can't let anything go.
No,
she can't.
oh no.
But I
no.
think it's not going to be healthy for her, and I worry for Shannon just in the sense that there's so much anger there. That
Yeah.
usually the housewives that have that much anger end up on Us Weekly and all these magazines, and you never know what could happen.
Right.
I just it's sad
Shannon's
to
like,
see
"I
this.
killed David. I killed everybody. And I killed Kelly."
I couldn't take it. Yeah, yeah.
Sophie's
I mean,
like, "Mom, put down the knife. You're cool now. I promise."
oh my gosh, it's a scary spot that Shannon's
Yeah.
in. She's in a very delicate position. She's got a lot going
Yep.
on that I don't think she's really taking an honest look at herself with.
And the shifting and the blaming and
Yeah, she said she
The
lied
weight
to
gain,
us. She lied
the
to
weight
us.
gain. I mean,
Yep.
I'm very sympathetic to people that go through like dark times
Simpatico.
and and they go through that. But it's so unfortunate that she did that to herself. You
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
And nobody did it to her.
No, and that's the
That's
thing
the
is,
thing.
if you
40
ask her
pounds of
how,
stress.
how'd that happen to you? How'd you get in this
can't
position?
say
Oh, it's
Vicki.
Vicky. No, another person did not
Yeah,
do
no,
that
but
to
here's
you.
that was a soundbite.
this is
in
stress.
her defense, I was
This is Vicki.
Yeah, that was a soundbite though. In her defense, in the Bravo social episode, the first episode that aired last week, she said that I take full responsibility for my weight and I've been going through stress from the allegations. So that's what she's saying. That's why she's relating it back to Vicki
Back to
because
Vicki.
that's where the rumor materialized.
Well, we're all gonna backpedal once we see it play out on
but
TV.
Vicky's argument will be, I just repeated it. I didn't create that rumor that he beat you allegedly.
And I agree with that because
yeah,
there
we've
was
talked about that.
there was proof of it. Not maybe
Vicky claimed she had proof.
yes,
was
and there
amazing.
was a police report.
Yep.
Not that he did anything to her, but that police were called to the house. There was a
Right.
police report for that.
I
So anyway,
just feel bad for her.
Yeah, I
do.
mean-
There's so
really
much
do.
I want to say about Vicky. I mean, about Shannon, but
Yeah.
we have all season long to get
Yeah.
into it. But yeah, so she kept saying, "I am not like Vicky. I am not Vicki Gunvalson."
We know.
We know. So then Judy is like, "Oh my God, Shannon, we're just so on the same like
Spectrum.
good was this
She's
moment?
like, "You're
Yeah.
crazy. I'm stoned. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's a match made
but
in
she's
heaven."
lost."
in fairy heaven.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then Tamra
so
and
wild.
Lydia have a moment and they're like, all right, we got to talk about this. And then there's the other one over there eating, Shannon, looking for a nacho.
That was probably my favorite part of the entire episode.
I'm going to
I
have
wanted
this
a nacho.
nacho.
They're like arguing, and she's looking. Finally, something we agree on.
Well, it's
Shannon.
the stress eating,
Yeah,
right?
it is the stress
Yeah.
eating.
She's
That was a
like-
high stress moment.
But haven't we
Where's
all,
my nacho?
Haven't we all been there, though, where we're not in our own house and we have to find something to be busy to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have to find something. Like, let me fix this thing here, or let me check.
Grab
Like, how
this
many times do we
nacho.
check our phones? You know, like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have a snack. I'm not even hungry. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we all
It's
have
true.
to do it. Yeah. So
I think with like this, the first impressions and how that they didn't vibe initially like gave me life because we haven't seen that in a housewife
Yeah.
for a
was
while
good.
actually. It kind of reminded me of Portia and Kenya when they met for the first time. This is
yeah.
like a
Off to a
new
bad
moment.
start from the beginning.
and
Yeah.
and they never kind of came back. So to be honest with you, with
Yeah, and even Lydia was a
good
little
example.
feisty in it
She
too.
held her own.
Oh,
She held her own.
she
Yeah.
completely held
She's
her
like, "Can I
own.
talk?
Yeah.
Can I talk?" Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not going to get along.
Yeah, that was the part. She put the nail in the coffin
Yeah.
right there. Like we're not gonna get along.
Lydia-
Those are
I
fighting
see that.
words.
She
She's
did.
a genius.
She accused Lydia though, of yelling and screaming. Did Shannon yell and scream?
she thinks
I
she was
think it's
being
the
a little
voice.
aggressive.
The
Yeah.
voice is so piercing, and it's just so high and annoying that it probably just comes off that way.
Yeah, and if someone doesn't
Well, and-
break gaze with you and they're, you
And
know,
got the finger in your face, and she was.
Went
She,
that
I mean,
up.
she was like leaned in. She was
was
upset.
leaned in, yeah.
you know?
She's very emotional.
So yeah, very
Yeah,
emotional.
she is.
Maybe I don't know that she necessarily screamed or anything, but. She did have heightened emotions, and the best thing that I loved is that she said, "Oh, I'm not a screamer and a yeller," and then we see the preview for next week, and she's screaming and yelling.
Throwing off the
Okay.
dishes. off
I
the
think
table.
Thomas was onto something when he said there's a lot of anger there. I think it's going to really come out within the next couple
Yeah.
episodes.
For
Well,
sure.
I feel
Yeah,
like
she's not over
she's
anything.
getting outnumbered, and that's the problem. I think with Heather on the season last season, she had people on her corner, and it was like the Vicki takedown, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. It actually reversed, and now Vicki's back on top. It's like on the ranking
Back
system.
on top. She's
So
back
I feel
on
like
top.
with Shannon, if she meets somebody who's not on her team or Tamra's team, it's like she can't handle that.
She better hold on to Tamra real tight
Yeah.
this season.
And that's a hard one to
Yeah.
hold because Brianna's right there trying to wrangle her back, and then you have Shannon alone, and she left alone. So we'll
but
see how it goes.
it just doesn't make sense when Tamra and Vicky aren't friends. There's no balance on the
I
show.
know. I agree. I know.
It's true.
There's obviously there's an
Yeah.
elephant in the room.
Yeah.
It
But
keeps the show going.
yeah.
though.
Shannon's still not over the affair. She's not over her severed relationship with Vicki. She's not over the rumor that came out about her husband or the allegations of the abuse. So she still has a lot to
It's the way
deal
that
with.
Vicky puts
She
the
has a
rumors out
lot.
there. I mean, I talked about this last episode when she talked about Eddie being gay. It's how she places the rumor out there. It doesn't come from her.
No,
She
never.
just
Oh,
places
yeah.
it and runs
Yeah.
away and goes,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, you
repeated
did.
something I heard. Everyone's saying it. I just repeated it. Although that makes it much better.
Yeah, it actually makes it worse, babe.
Yeah.
Worse.
Totally. I don't know. And I also just wish that Shannon had a little more, like, I don't know if control is the right word, but just simply like not blowing up at the first thing that maybe you don't like what somebody says. You know,
Agreed.
Yeah.
like this was totally blown out of proportion with Lydia. Even if Lydia did say, "You remind her of Vicky," that's something to run out of the party about and leave.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like really blown
It's
out
like
of
trigger
proportion.
words. Like if you were to go to
Total trigger
therapy, they would
words.
say
Yep.
like trigger words. Like,
Vicky.
Yeah.
And she
love-
gets like PTSD.
I love when she said, "I'm effing done." That reminded me of that scene at that Laguna Beach house. Where she goes, "You will all see the truth. I freaking had it with her." I like love that because it was
Yeah.
like
It's very classic
it was
Shannon.
Shannon
It is
on
classic
Shannon on 11. You
Yeah.
know?
Shannon's like, I'm done, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
Take off
right
my
out.
mic.
Yeah. I don't know. My thoughts on her, the whole thing. And my final thought on Shannon is she saw that Lydia she never met was coming from a meeting with Vicki, and probably in her mind already thought that Vicki lied to her and told her things about Shannon that were untrue. So she felt like she had to be in defense mode.
Right, but then it just proves that she's a little cray. Because
she wasn't
why,
even listening.
Well, no,
She wasn't listening.
and why not say, "Huh, that's interesting, Lydia. So nice to meet you. Hug and embrace. Let's go get a drink. Let's be friends. Let me show you the lovely side of me. Like I don't even, whatever
Yeah.
about you and Vicky. That's in the past for me. Let's move forward. You know what I mean? Like
First
these women.
impressions, honestly, are everything. Because if I
Yeah.
meet somebody for the first time and if I already don't vibe with them, it's done. Like I already know, like I can't wait for this moment to be
Right.
over because I'm never gonna hang out with you
Yeah.
again. And I feel like that
it's hard
happens.
to. I know.
Yeah.
The hard part is that they're on a show, so you're gonna have to learn to work
Yeah.
together. So
Yeah.
And you
it's gonna have a tough
saw
time.
Shannon's face when
Yeah.
Lydia said the trigger word Vicky. She was like, "Oh, hi, Lydia," and then Lydia was like, "I met with Vicky," and she was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Yeah, Lydia should have had like a
So,
little
little more
smoother
tact.
transition.
Yeah,
Part
I
of the music.
I also don't
Lube it up
agree
a
with that
little.
delivery 100%, but
Yes. I know what you mean about
Trigger
forget-
word for Thomas. Start giggling.
I know what you
The
mean about
giggles.
vibes, though. The older I get, the more I'm like, if the vibe is off, we're out.
Yeah.
Really. The more older I get. Let's look at some news and gossip.
Yes.
Let's see what's going on. So Lydia is back, as we know, and so
oh, there it is. There it
thank
is.
you. I know I can't start without.
There it is.
Love
Ooh,
it.
the news is here.
Yes. And so with this, there's two articles. These are both coming from Entertainment Tonight. Here's what she has to say about returning to the show. She says, "So 4 years ago, I did the show, and honestly, I just thought it was acting." She admits, and that just wasn't the case. I went in really naive. It was just a lot to me in the process, and I didn't think I was totally ready. I just felt like it was a little more darker and real than I knew. And she went on to say that was really hard for me. It was good for me to walk away. And now she feels like she's come back from like a maternity leave. And she's all invested in the show. She did not watch the show while she wasn't on it. She said that you can't watch it like after you've been on it. She's like, it's just too much. It's like,
That's true.
I don't know.
When people say that, they're like, I've never watched it. How could
Yeah.
you join a
How's that
show
possible?
and never see
Kelly
it?
said that last season.
yeah, I
don't believe it.
That's like Gretchen. She always said, I watch clips. I'm like, that girl is watching every
Okay,
episode.
please, Gretchen. You ain't
Yeah.
fooling anybody.
And her mother, Judy, though, did watch the show, and she was a Shannon fan. by watching the show.
So that's why
So-
when she met her, she was like, we just click and we vibe and we're simpatico.
She liked her from the show.
Oh, well, that changed real quick.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, changing gears from
She's like, now that you're here in front of me, you're lost.
Yeah.
changing gears from one returning housewife to the new one. Here are 5 things, according to Entertainment Tonight, that we can learn about this new housewife, Peggy. Number 1, she's Armenian, as we know, and that's something that all the women constantly say. That was the first thing they all said when they had to describe her. And they said that she's got flair, and she is really into belly dancing and hookah. So,
Oh, well, that sounds fun.
yeah, she sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
So what else do we know about her?
Invite us, Peggy.
Just-
What else
just
do we
do
know
number
about
2,
her?
and we'll pass it down.
Okay. Number 2, she's privileged, which we knew that too.
If
right?
the bracelet didn't give it away.
Yeah.
At least she's culturally privileged and not white
What was
privileged.
circled? What
Fair.
was circled there?
Totally fair.
It's a shakeup.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Her husband owns a Pimp My Ride kind of deal. Kelly says this. Kelly?
yes.
Kelly's saying this. I guess he makes a boatload of money and he completely and utterly spoils the holy crap out of his wife.
Sounds like Kelly.
So you get the extravagance of Heather. That's the replacement. That's the
Okay.
connection there.
Oh, yeah.
She's filling the Heather void.
Yeah, and I'm happy about that.
To
Yeah.
know. What about number 3?
So she puts her husband first, which is why I love her. Peggy has been married to her husband Deco, who I really like. He reminds me of one of my friends who's like from Dubai. Like he's into cars and everything. So for more than 20 years, and Kelly isn't shy to call out her new co-star as a subservient wife, adding that the comparison to Heather ends at extravagance. So let's
Oh,
expect
okay.
some drama.
I probably would have said the same
Yeah.
thing too.
She's gonna go up against.
Yeah.
They're gonna go
Yes.
up against each other.
Well, another thing that we know is that she did come in a little quiet this episode. She was a little tame, but even Kelly says, Peggy, I never really speak to. I try to be her friend, but I guess we'll see how that plays out in the season. But Lydia said that Peggy, it is hard for her to express herself in front of the women. But I feel like that happens. Like, it's your first time on the show. You're really conscious of that fourth wall, as we call it in the industry, the reality TV cameras. So I think she will play out. And number 5 is that she will speak up. Like I said, she will come out of her shell. It's her first couple episodes. You know, we got to lube it
Yeah.
up.
She got to ease in
Yeah.
to these ladies.
Yeah, I worry though that she doesn't have a relationship, that Kelly Dodd doesn't have a relationship with her co-star, because does that mean that everyone's going to be separated? And
I hope not.
I thought that this new chick, would take the side of Kelly and Vicki and balance out the cast. So I'm curious to know who she's going to film with. So we can only see and keep watching.
You know, Kelly's a lot of things, and she might have a really big mouth, but I think at the inner deep inside, she has a really good heart. And I feel like that's why she was cast on the show. And there is people out there that do like Kelly and relate to her. And I'm one of them. I like Kelly.
I was just thinking of a formation of the girls of who's gonna hang out with Peggy, and I feel like it would be Lydia and Megan.
Ooh.
Because like, you know, the mom that's already an expert, who's Lydia, like will be able to coach her, and they'll just have like a mommy vibe.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I could kind of see that too,
I
actually.
could see it. I could see it. I could see Megan and Peggy getting along.
Yeah. yeah. Megan and
Megan's
Peggy.
gonna
I
want
could see
all the
that too.
advice in the world.
I want to know who Megan is calling a bitch in that preview for the full season or the first half of the season. I want to know who she's going after. Like, I never saw Megan get so
Yeah,
bothered.
those previews
Do you think
were
Vicki
just.
still?
I think it'll either be Kelly or Tamra.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm
These are way
hoping, I'm
early
hoping
predictions.
it's
I
the
could be
new
completely
one.
wrong.
I'm hoping it's the new one.
Speaking of previews,
Throw it
what
in
about
the
that
fire.
preview where Tamra's like, she's so evil? I want to know who's talking about there.
Yeah. Well,
Who's evil? Who's
Vicky.
evil?
Must be Vicky.
Oh, we have so much to see coming up this season.
So
Absolutely.
that and
So much
more for
drums.
all of us. So I got so much to talk about. You guys can keep up with us by starting with some leaving comments below, giving us a thumbs up because it's free content and you just enjoyed a show about the OC Housewives. Who wouldn't enjoy that? So leave us some comments below if you like, and you guys can support us on many different platforms. There's a lot to predict. I mean, you guys can shout out predictions with your social media if you want, but I don't know where to begin. Next week, what do we see? Shannon is running around the bathroom.
Yeah.
Kelly
We
pops
got the
out of the
Shannon,
bathroom.
Seems
Kelly,
restaurant outing.
the bathroom throwdown.
remember Lydia was like, I don't want to hang out on Thursday. You guys are crazy.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, come please.
Yeah.
So I think they
Please.
do hang out on
Yeah.
Thursday, and that's when it all goes down, and Kelly Dodd walks in.
I can't believe Kelly attacked Shannon's weight like that. Like, eat some more.
Keep
That was-
eating.
That's
can't believe it.
terrible. I mean, like,
She attacked
guess,
her eating and her hormones.
Yeah.
But Kelly did the
I mean,
same.
Kelly goes there.
I love
does.
Kelly.
You know?
She brings
Didn't
it for
Kelly
the show.
do that when they were in Ireland? Didn't she say, keep walking? And that's
Yeah,
when
but it was like
Tamra's
kind
in
of
the bathroom.
kidding. If I heard someone say keep walking, I'd be like, I am, and watch me walk.
I don't know. That's to me
Yeah.
is the ultimate passive aggression. But I love it. I mean, why not? So that'll do it for us, I guess. Where can we find you guys on all of your social media?
Oh, hi, AfterBuzzers. I'm Lien Castillo. You can find me on all social media platforms at Hollywood Lien.
Hey guys, now that you're done watching Housewives, I have a brand new episode of my show, Your Time with Thomas, on YouTube. It's about me coming out. It's going to be very personal. Thank you guys for sending me all the messages and notes on YouTube, so check it out. It's called Your Time with Thomas.
And I am Blake. You can find me on all social media at Blake V Media, and keep up with my yoga and wellness journey on the blog at blakev.com.
Nice. And Grant's Rants is still going strong and better than ever. A new episode came out today, so you guys can check out Grant's Rants Hollywood Talk on all major podcasting platforms. That'll do it for us, and we'll be back with plenty more Real Housewives of Orange County right here at AfterBuzz TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.